All right, good evening. I'm Al Scott with the Justice Investigations. I'm not going to keep you all long. We're going to talk briefly about what's going on in Shreveport, Louisiana. You all know about the weather conditions. So naturally, we don't have the snow plow equipment, whatever we need, like big cities are used to having. But the issue tonight is a very, very serious issue. And it's an issue that's very dear to my heart. Karen Porter, good evening to you. I love you big time. Always a pleasure to see you on one of my live feeds. Thank you so much. Uh, let's briefly talk about the homeless, the lies, and we're going to try to give you the gospel, which is going to be the truth about what's going on in the city of Shreveport. Uh, Thanksgiving and Christmas, bad weather, brutal cold weather. It's usually when the homeless is remembered. That's usually the time where people want to come out and they want to help. We got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do that. But when Thanksgiving leaves, and when Christmas leaves, and when bad weather leaves, the homeless will still be homeless. So, simply put, the homeless needs your help 24/7. For the most part, it's irrelevant how they became homeless. Uh, Interviewed a politician one time, and he said that homelessness is a choice. That's a lie. That's super stupid. I don't know where he got that from, but I don't know nobody in his or her righteous mind wakes up and says, hey, I'm going to be homeless today. And not everybody that's homeless is an alcoholic or is on drugs. Well, why are they homeless then? Life. It's as simple as that. It's just life. Things happen. But what we don't want to do now, we don't want to sit here and be fussing with one another about who's doing this and who's not doing that and who should be over here and who should be over there. If you really want to know what's going on in the city concerning the homeless, call your city leaders. Call your city leaders. Don't assume. Don't put out wrong information through social media. Because most people will believe a lie before they believe the truth. Before this storm came and heaven backed me up, I heard the conversation with the powers that be. Before this day got here, they were already calling around to certain hotels in the city for the homeless. They were already speaking with different churches throughout the city. Sheriff department, police department, everybody's on board. If you want to know again what's going on, call them, call your leaders, and they will tell you what's going on. But one thing we cannot do, I don't care what city we in, what state we in, we cannot blame city officials. We cannot blame the government for people being homeless. It was a terrible thing when Miss Farris contacted me today and said a man died last night in Shreveport. He froze to death. Tore my heart up. I mean, that killed it for me. Now, he may have been on his way to a shelter. Or maybe he wasn't. But let me say this here. There is help for the homeless in Shreveport, Louisiana. But you cannot make the homeless go to where the help is at. You cannot make the homeless go to the Shreveport Bossier Rescue Mission. And I know for a fact, a lot of them that are homeless today don't have a desire to go there. Now, it is a sad thing when anyone dies outside homeless. It's sad. But now, for the most part, some people that are homeless don't want to go to shelter. So what do we do then? We can't put handcuffs on them and drag them to the Shreveport Bossier Rescue Mission or to the Shreveport Salvation Army. We cannot. When you've been out there for a while, then it becomes the norm to you. You didn't choose it, but you got caught up in it, and now you choose for some, not all, you choose for some to stay that way. And for whatever reasons, they don't want to go to a shelter. I know a young lady if you ever have any interaction with the homeless, everybody knows Ashley. Every time she sees me, she's going to hug me. Hey, Mr. Scott, blase, blase, blase. She has had, probably in 1 year, 2 or 3 places to stay. But she has a mental issue. And she goes off sometimes. And so that kills it for her when she has been given a place to stay. I don't think she can go to the missions because if you mess up, you mess up. But even if she could, I know Ashley will not go there. So as much as I care about Ashley and the other homeless people out there, I cannot get mad or upset with no one when they die in a brutal cold because it's nobody's fault. They choose to do that. They choose not to go there. So I don't want some of you all jumping on the bandwagon with some of the things that people are saying. They're going to blame Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. But here's what's going on. With Dorothy, who's sitting down on social media, that's all she's doing. Dorothy's not doing a damn thing. Dorothy is pointing out everybody's wrong when it comes to the homeless. But if you get to meet Dorothy, what are you doing? Oh, I'm praying. God is able. Let me tell you something. Praying is good, but praying is not enough. I'm going to say it again. Praying is good, but praying is not enough. You can pray till the river meets the sea, but if you have the ability to help somebody homeless, you got to stop putting your hands together and get out and help them. If you can put them in a hotel for a night or two, then do that. But just remember, when you pay that bill, anything that goes wrong, that's not on them, that's on you. I'm not saying don't do it. Because Cynthia and I, we've done our part. We've done what we could do. If you want to bring 1 or 2 home, do that. But don't sit and bash people that are really doing things to help the homeless and you don't know what's going on. Or you do know. Make yourself look good. Stop the madness. We don't have time to argue. We don't have time to exert energy where no energy is needed. Most homeless people, once they get in that position, they're there. We can't. We can't. So when someone dies, yes, it's a bad thing, but whose fault is it now? What can we do? What can we do? If you care so much about the homeless during Thanksgiving, Christmas, and weather such as this, the care that you have then should be the same care that you have 24/7. They're still going to need to eat. They're still going to need shelter. Come on. Now let's get to the pets, because I love pets. Love cats, love dogs. If I could, I'd go find probably every stray dog and cat and bring them in here right now. But Cynthia will kill me. I can't do that. But I worry about them. I look out the window and be peeping. If you can get them to a shelter, then do that. If you can shelter them, then do that. But we don't have time, as one of our leaders speaking with earlier today, we don't have time to sit here and point fingers at one another about who's not doing this or who should be doing that. There are some people behind the scenes in this city that are moving to help the homeless. So stop the lies. Because next time I come back live, I'm going to come back with all agencies and what they've been doing, and I'm going to make you look super stupid. We need to stop that. Either you're going to be a part of the cure or you become part of the symptom. We can't blame nobody right now. If they're homeless, they're homeless. And I'm not saying that in a mean way because I've been there. I've been there. But I do know at least every Sunday in Shreveport, I know we got a team of people that are out there with the homeless. While some people are on social media talking about something close to nothing. Stephanie Marshall is here this evening. Good evening, Stephanie. I'll tell you what she says. She says, right, I was told they don't go because they can't bring their, let's see if I pull it. They can't bring their animals. That's another thing. They can't bring animals. You can't. And even families. If there's a man homeless and the wife is homeless, they're a couple, well, the man's over there, then the wife's over there. And usually the children will go with the mother. But they can't bring plants. I mean, pets. If I could, before I leave here, if I had one wish, it would be that I could open up a shelter. Nobody's charged. Because I cannot help you get on your feet charging you a dime. I wouldn't stop you from coming in my facility if you were on drugs. Because let's be honest. If you're homeless, hell, you might wind up doing drugs yourself and taking a damn drink. So I can't tell you can't come in. Now we're going to help you get yourself together. But of course, while you're in there, if you keep indulging, then we may have to cut you. But we're not going to charge you. I don't care if you have a job. If you're receiving food stamps, we don't want none of it. We're going to foot the bill. But as well as you come in to our place, there has to be an exit plan for the homeless. And we help them execute that plan. I don't think Jesus would drug test nobody. I don't think he would. I don't think Jesus would. Well, we're a Christian-ran facility. So was Jesus. Hell, you might, if you never had a drink, you might take one if you're out there homeless. That's what I would do. I would put families together. Pet friendly. Y'all come on in. We're going to feed you. You owe us nothing. Get yourself together. Get yourself together. But the worst thing we can do right now in the city of Shreveport, because I think it's going to be down in the 20s tonight, it's going to get worse tomorrow. I think snow, a sleep comes in sometime tomorrow. There's Councilwoman Tabitha Taylor is on the feed tonight. She says good deal. I would love to see something like that happen. I would. And I appreciate the work that you're doing and all the other people's doing as a whole. Now is not the time. But I know for a fact that you can't make a person go where they don't want to go. You can't. Everybody's sad because of the man that was found dead. But we don't know why he didn't go to a shelter. He may have been on his way to a shelter. We don't know. But unless you have proof that the people name you're calling, the businesses that you're calling, the government agencies that you're calling is not doing nothing, you need to keep your mouth shut. Because you're talking and you're saying something close to nothing. The homeless needs us right now. We can table this other bull crap to a later date, but I won't be attending that. But again, before we leave out of here, the officials in Shreveport are doing everything they can to provide for the homeless. They can't put them in a van and say, you're going to have to go here whether you want to or not. They can't do that. Now, if you think they can do that, then you go down there and you do that and see how it turns out for you. Nobody wants the homeless to be homeless. But I tell you this here, the homeless has to want the same thing for themselves. Sometimes you get into a predicament to where you had a cup out in this hand and it got full. Well, here, let's do the other hand and it gets full. And then you get accustomed to that. And then, I'm not saying all homeless people, I'm just trying to make a point here. And then you realize I don't have to answer to nobody. I don't have to pay any bills. I can go wherever I want to go. And then you get accustomed to that. And then that becomes your life. Ashley's been out there on the streets probably about 8 or 9 years. Someone says the emergency response team, Councilwoman Tabitha Taylor says the emergency response team has been established with Homeland Security. And that's Sheriff Steve Prater. Am I right, Councilwoman? I think it's Sheriff Prater. Pastor, oh my God, look at the pastors on my live feed tonight. Pastor Anthony and Judah Webb, love you guys big time. Had mad respect for you guys. Miss talking to you guys. Love you big time. So there are agencies that are doing something. Now let me take this here, and we got to go. I'm not raising any money for the homeless. I'm not in that. That's not my field. There are agencies online that you can donate to if you want to give money, if you can't get out. And that's great. But here's what we're not going to do on my page. I'm not being ugly. But we're not going to let you put up any cash apps on my page, okay? I have a cash app for my show. But the show is not taking any money for any homelessness in Shreveport. They have agencies here that deal with that. I don't get into that. So if you put a cash app link up, I'm going to delete it. That's not being ugly. I'm just protecting me, because if something goes wrong, the first thing they're going to say, well, that was on Mr. Scott's page. Tabitha says the Salvation Army still... Okay, listen, y'all. Councilwoman Tabitha Taylor says the Salvation Army still has have beds. Little Union is open for a shelter. And there are vouchers for families. Listen to me. There are vouchers for families. I'm glad she showed up, Councilwoman. This is good information. So when people tell you that our leaders are not doing, you tell them I said they lied. Because again, before this day got here, I know for a fact they was talking about one thing that really got my attention when someone said, I got to call the hotel, see what we can do, get them the help. And that just blessed my soul for them to say that. Just because you don't know they're not doing anything doesn't mean they're not doing anything. But my question to you before we leave, what the hell are you doing? Praying is good. But if you can get out and you can do something, do. If you can send money, I guess the Salvation Army go on their line. I guess it's a link there. Councilwoman Tabitha Taylor, call her. She'll tell you what link you can go to that's legit if you want to donate. That's legit, okay? That's all I have. I just want to kind of clear that up because there's been a lot of bull crap going on today, but now it's not the time for that, because let me tell you something. It's extremely cold outside. I've been there. And it's hell. It's hell. Why they won't go to a shelter? They have their reasons. And right now, that's irrelevant why they won't go. But God forbid someone else dies tonight in Shreveport. But if they do, and they're homeless, you must realize that you can't put that on the officials in the city. That's super stupid. No, thank you, Councilwoman, for the things that you are doing. She says, oh, the city has partnership with the Hilton. Oh my God! Oh my God! Somebody said that Shreveport wasn't doing nothing. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I love it. I love it. Love it when a plan comes together. I'm glad you, Tabitha, you made this a little easier for me to do tonight, and so I greatly appreciate you stopping by, giving us the information and stuff. But there's the information right there. I don't know everything that's going on, but if you're wondering about what's really going on, there's your councilwoman. She don't care what district you're in. Am I right about that, Tab? She's in District A, I think. She don't care if you're in B, C, D, or whatever. She's just for the people of Shreveport, period, okay? Let's all keep the homeless in our minds and our thoughts, our prayers, and when we can do something for them, then let's do that. If roads make it possible for you to go and feed them or clothe them or shelter them, then do so. But if you want to donate any money, get with your city leaders, and they'll tell you what links you should donate to and you shouldn't be donating, that you should not be donating to, okay? All right, I'm out, Scott. You all wrap up, stay safe. I'm going to get some sugar water, call it a night. See y'all tomorrow. Be at the Lord with it. Good night.